Many turbines are already working. Within 6 years, the 14 steel turbines of the dam will replace the power of 14 atomic reactors.
You did actually hear that correctly. Welcome to the channel. Today is the 25th of February, Friday, another beginning of the weekend 2022. And I am going to explain what you just heard in a moment or two, but I'm going to go through the normal routine of some things that we need to get out the way first. This topic is, this show is maybe, I'm not going to get anything from it, to be honest. I don't know, because I'm just going to be really careful with my wording. That's all I'm going to say, but let's get into it. So, levels first of all. Kutan has gone up 170.15. Three Gorges has gone down by 1 or 2 centimeters at 160.62. Inflow is about the same as yesterday. Seems to be stabling out. 8,000 in, 9,210 out. Which means that my glasses are working quite well. But I do think they need a little bit of a clean. Let me do that, and while I'm doing that, you can have a look at the musical weather, which is like this. So you can see nothing much happening at the Three Gorges and the weather. There's a small pitter-patter of rain, but do be warned, do take note that the year is progressing and the floods will come, but who knows where. It is up to the power of the power. Now, I have shown some of these pictures before. Now, this is during the construction, or near enough the early days of the Three Gorges. And here you can see the actual underground entrance to where all the turbines are going to be. And I'm going to report about the atomic reactors a little bit later. Yeah, it's really strange. I heard this, and this is from a reporter who went to the dam years ago and is saying they had atomic reactors in the dam before the turbines. So was this a nuclear power plant before? We don't know. So these are some of the pictures that journalists could actually take. And here's another one for you. Now, I don't know if these are the turbines or are they the atomic reactors. We're going to continue that a little bit later on. Now, let's go into something which I'm not too sure how to do this, but you can read and get my general gist of this. What's happening in the world today, and we're going to do that right now. So many eyes are on a certain place in the world at the moment where one country has decided to pop along and not be a good person. You know really what I'm talking about. And you can get constant updates of what's happening in that certain area. But I did actually find this one, and something that may not be so much in the mainstream media. China responds cautiously to you can read it, and there is the lady of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs just doing her normal chimcha. In other words, like just repeating the narrative, making sure it is, even though Russia and China are relatively good friends, even though they've had one or two little fisticuffs before, so to speak. I do think I have an article here. I do. Let's read this one for you. And China, Russia's most powerful ally, was notably restrained in its initial reaction of offering little direct support for Moscow, as much of the world sees seeks to isolate Moscow economically and diplomatically. I would like to say that China is closely following the situation in the Foreign Ministry spokesman, whoever it is, told the media briefing on Thursday. We can call on all parties to exercise restraint and prevent the situation from getting out of control. Okay, very diplomatic. Then it moves on to say this is more or less what China has been saying for the last few days, said a diplomat asked not to be identified. At least one would have expected from Beijing as an assurance that it would go ahead with the recent agreement of the purchase of Russia gas. Nevertheless, there are signs that China will help soften the blow to expected sanctions, some of which will have already been announced. Chinese Customs Department released a new order signed on Wednesday for the purchase of Russian wheat. So the title of this show, it says Dams in Danger. One obviously is the Three Gorges, which we will get back to a little bit later on, so you just have to bear with me, or you can just skip forward and find what you want to have. But here is a dam of the country which we are talking about. And remember that water is a powerful thing. You can see the location of this on this little picture here that I'm showing you now, where it is in the world. So if someone decides to put a little certain thing there, so it sort of like disappears like this, I'm being really careful with my wording, but you know what I'm going to say, then it's going to make a more devastating effect on the situation which we're seeing unfolding day by day, hour by hour at the moment. So this could be a potential dam in peril. This is another article I found, moving away from that situation in that place in the world. China's diversion of upstream Mekong flows see drying up Southeast Asia. What China is doing is trying to divert water, which we have covered before on this channel, from the south to the north using these really long canals, which we found are not the best solution, but they're actually supplying the water to where it's needed. So the Mekong is a river that runs or starts in Tibet. It goes through Burma, goes through Laos, goes through Thailand, goes through here, Cambodia, and ends up in Vietnam. It's a major water supply. But there are so many dams on the Chinese side and one or two in the Southeast Asian side. But the water may be pumped up north. So you can see a picture here of a little dam in China. It seems like, what's the point of it being there? There's no water to control it. So, welcome to China. And I would like to say hello to Pacific Pammy. She is the original member of my channel, and I'm just going to read this out for you. Thank you very much for your contribution, Pammy, as always. And she did buy a mug as well, so thank you for that as well. I will put it there, and I'll move Winnie the Pooh mug so you can see it. Maybe, I don't know, the camera angle. What do we have here? I am still convinced about how high the levels are, and even the amount of sluice gates open. That level is not coming down fast enough. The rains are about 4 weeks away, so if they don't get them down to normal levels, there could be something completely devastating. And I have chased chickens all day, so you can read it there. So yeah, it is a concern, and again, it's something that I keep an eye on, not 24/7, just when I make the channel, and then I do actually have a, can I say, normal life. I'm not that obsessed. But let's go into this statement that I played you at the very, very beginning, which sounds like this.
Many turbines are already working. Within 6 years, the 14 steel turbines of the dam will replace the power of 14 atomic reactors.
It's a pretty amazing statement. Now, I may have got this totally wrong, being just an average Joe, so to speak, just a normal guy. But did that mean before the dam was built, completed, constructed, or the turbines were in, it said atomic, I can't say the word now, atomic reactors? Does that mean nuclear reactors were in the dam before, or there was a nuclear reactor around there before? And they are going to be replaced. Well, obviously now they are replaced. So it's an interesting little bit of information that I found related to that. Another thing I found was this picture here. It doesn't last for long, and there seems to be a gaping hole at the Three Gorges Dam. And the other picture I want to show is just at night time, what it used to look like when the construction was at night time. Now, I'm going to go into my rant and rave, so if you want to skip this next part, then please do so. It's not going to last long, maybe about a minute or so, but I've just got to get this off my chest. What's happening in this certain place in the world, which is being covered by every single news journalist in the world we know about. And on YouTube yesterday were the three Amigos, the, what else could I call them? Being critically impolite, polite. Brian, Angelino, and a guy from China, Alex. And they were actually supporting what Russia is doing right now and saying that the other area which Russia decided to pop along for a cup of tea is incorrect. And I can't believe this. One guy, Brian, he is an American citizen and he just really hates the United States. The other guy, Angelino, is Italian. I'm not too sure about him. And the other guy is Canadian, working for a Chinese news outlet called Chongqing. I actually find the picture quite strange. I don't know if it's there or not. But he's using a nice, good American microphone made in America, reporting for Chinese media. And they all say that, yay, it's good. And for the reason being that NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, should have been related to the Cold War and it should be dismantled by now, but it grew and grew and grew. They said it should have stopped, and I think they actually want the Soviet Union back. They all hate the United States, they all hate the West. They think that China and all these dictatorship countries are the best. They are the king. And they sort of like are a traitor to their own country. This is the whole thing. That Brian there, the bald-headed guy on the left-hand side, used to be a US Marine based in Japan. And he sort of like sold his soul to the devil, so to speak. And then everything about America, everything about the situation, America funds everything in the whole world. It's like, come on, you just hate your own country, just admit it. And the amount of times that you say you don't like or criticize it is wrong, wrong, wrong. I digress. And it's sort of like an awful thing for a situation. They really don't care about the poor people at the moment, what is happening in that certain place in the world related to what is happening. And it's awful. Yeah. These people really are just like awful. They have sold their soul, and I have no respect for them at all. Rant and rave over. Okay, exercise time. I didn't advertise it before because I wasn't too. See if I can do more than 12 and a half. I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to record the bye-bye bit first because I don't want to go at the end. Hello. Oh, why do we keep meeting on the floor? Right, I'm not going to go down like that because otherwise I can't get back up again. Can you see me? Oh, that doesn't matter. All right, let's see if my face goes the colour of beetroot. What have we got to do? More than 12 and a half. Okay, arms good. 1, 2, 3, 20, 20, 20. That is it for me for today. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost a single penny for that. A like is great. A share is fantastic. If you agree with what I'm saying, then please give it a thumbs up and tell your friends about it. And let's see if we can grow this channel within this year to 40,000. That's my goal. I've still got 9,500 to go, but it is a challenge. Be safe. Do keep an eye on what's happening in the world. Do pray for the people who are the victims of the situation in the world as we speak. These are the innocent, and we have to pray for them and wish them some kind of happiness in their hour of need. And prayer is very powerful. Thank you. Good day. God bless. Bye-bye for now.